Prepper Cat here. Let's get right back into that list of 240 things to stockpile now. Real quick, before I do, I'm upset again. Um, I went to plug in my computer to charge. Now it's at 19%, so it's still on, but well, I plugged it in and it wasn't charging, so I think somebody unplugged a little something important, and it wasn't me. There's only one other person in the house. Anyways, it cut off on me when I said 204, so I'm gonna get back into the list, go fairly quickly. But I'm gonna start at where I left off. Binoculars. When you get binoculars, a lot of people look for the magnification. They say 30 or 40 times magnification. Um, However, they don't think about usually the field of view, so how far around the object that you're looking at you can see around. If that makes any sense. And you may want a tripod. If you're zooming in 40 times, it is very difficult to keep it steady. You shake very much. And if you can, get a pair of night vision ones. Anyways, 205 proof of identity and career. Let's say you want to join a group after SHTF, no matter what your situation is. That's what you're planning on doing. The proof of identity is the group's going to want to know that you're who you say you are, and the proof of career, if you were a carpenter before SHTF, if you have proof that you were a carpenter, that gives them more of a reason to say, yeah, you can join. But then again, in some situations, you're not going to want to carry your identity or your career. There's times and places for both. Think of it like a job application, I suppose. Number 206, lockpicking set. Number 207, maps, local and national maps. In case you plan on leaving, bugging out rather, you can make it across country in a month. Um, some say you can make it across the country by walking in a week nowadays, um, because of all the paved roads, and there's not as much terrible terrain to cross. Um, Back in the old Western days when they were first exploring, it took a very long time to get across. I think it took anywhere from 3 to 6 months to get across then, because no one knew where they were going, and they also had the threat of Indians. Um, so yeah, now you can just walk on a road that's fairly direct, and once you get there, you already have a map of that location. Number 208, radios, CB, ham, and walkie-talkies. I got up because of no reason whatsoever. I was going to show you a good pair of Midland. A good brand is Midland. I'm just going to continue on. 209, air horns. It's good for scaring predators like bears or mountain lions if they come too close, but just be warned, air horns don't always scare bears away. Same thing with pepper spray, which is 2010. Pepper spray, same idea, but also they might not stay away. Also, pepper spray is technically meant for humans. Excuse me. Technically meant for humans. So if you're getting kidnapped, there you go, pepper spray. That's good today and SHTF. Um, Natural firewood ash. So you want the ash from firewood, um, but not the wood that's been treated with chemicals. That's the whole natural part. That's great fertilizer for your plants if you're doing home gardening. And I think there's a couple other uses that I'm not recalling at this time. But like I said earlier, I'll do videos on each product that it's worth doing on. Number 212, balloons. Balloons are good buoys. So you tie a rock to a balloon, and with the extension of a string attached to the rock and the balloon, so the balloon doesn't move away or float away from, like, say, waves or a current. That may be useful. Depends on what you're doing. Let's see. I said I was going through this quickly. 213 bivy sack slash shelter, bivy shelter. Um, bivy sack is kind of like a sleeping bag, and a bivy shelter is like a tent with no poles. 214 bungee cords. 215 camouflage. 216 canoes slash John boats. John boats are 2 to 3 people fishing boats. 217 life vests. 218 short-term disasters or micro disasters. Cell phone boosters for 218. 219 hand winches, so you can lift heavy items without using power like electricity or fuel. Crampons, it's for, 220 crampons. That's for ice climbing. Again, that's what do you call that? Not situational. I'm going to move on. 221 dolly slash deer carts. They're meant for carrying dead animals that you've hunted down, but technically you could use them as any other sort of cart just to haul stuff around in. If you're going to do some hunting, you might want 222, which is hunting decoys. 223 water slash alcohol slash solar distillers. Let's see. 224 flares. 225 gas slash jerry cans. You could use those to transport water as well. You can also use those to transport ammo. I've seen that done in a discreet manner. 226 helmets. 227 laser pointers for signaling. 228 skis. 229 smokers for meats, primitive smokers. 230 spears. You don't have to buy those. You can just go find straight sticks and sharpen them up. You can make them. You can use those to make traps or also weapons. Especially if you're in a country which is mostly other than America that doesn't allow guns, spears, or tasers, which is 231 is tasers. 232 barrels, plastic, wood, metal for water or food or animal feed, etc. Metal roofing, again for construction, or blacksmiths even. 234 buckets. 235 scrap wood, scrap metal. Again, you can use the scrap wood for firewood, or if you collect it now, I guess. The scrap metal for blacksmithing. Scrap wood for, like I said, firewood or the gasifiers. That's what I was thinking of. 236 wood stoves. 237 bicycle tires, tubes, trailers, baskets, patches, spokes, all for repairing. 238 games, game boards, card puzzles, foosball, ping pong, and different types of balls like basketballs, soccer balls, etc., footballs. 239 watches, for if you're out on a mission and you need to be back by a certain time. Again, just a thought that I found out there on the internet. 240. Let's see, containers such as glass, plastic, and metal containers. And that actually ended fairly fast, a lot faster than I thought it would, to be honest with you. But like every other good video out there on the internet that says, sorry, one second, that says so many things to hoard or so many things to do, I have a bonus one for you. Bonus, let's see, bonus 2 or 3, if I'm not mistaken. Let me back out of this. I should have had this more prepared. I do apologize. And it's being really freaking slow. Well, anyways, I do have some extra ones here. I'm loading them now. Gotta go back. Good job. Or, actually, I think I looked in the wrong spot. I am just as disappointed with myself as you are. Oh, I'm sorry. Come on. I didn't think it would take this long. I really didn't. Well, anyways, that was the 240 things. But if you'll give me another minute or two, well, not even that long. I apologize. No, those are books. Something else. More books. Here we are. I apologize. That took, what, 3 freaking minutes. Sorry about that. Let's see. Cotton yarn for crocheting and crochet noodles. Crochet needles. I hope I made you laugh and not cringe. Uh, Bottle cutters. You know those 16-ounce soda bottles or 2 liters? They have bottle cutters that can turn that into plastic rope. And it doesn't twist it or anything, it just cuts it into little thin strips that you can use as rope. And to end this on a super happy topic, you're also, if it's a long-term one, you're going to want to store body bags, splash goggles, and chemical resistant gloves. Like I said, that's a very happy topic to end on. You're going to want those if somebody dies, and the splash resistant goggles is if the body happens to have a lot of fluids from whatever accident they were in. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So like I said earlier, I'll be trying to do videos on individual items in this list. I know some of them seemed well, kind of ridiculous or useless, but remember, I found a lot of this stuff already on the internet. So I'm just collecting all the data that I have found, and I'm putting it all in one place, or, well, one place and in 4 parts. And in 4 parts because of my own difficulties at home with my technology. So that's pretty much it. I don't want to have this uploading for, what is it, 5 hours like the last one. So, well, that is my list of 240 things to stockpile today, if possible. If there is anything that I missed, please put them in the comments below. I'm considering making extended videos of each product explaining every use I know of for that product. I made this list to help people get and stay informed. Let's start networking, people. And remember, boys, just smile and wave. Smile and wave.